Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am filming my January setup for my 2022 bullet journal, and January slipped away from me this year. I think I filmed this setup on the 22nd. I was just really busy making my yearly pages, which were a lot more in depth this year. So for January, I definitely kept it super simple, and I just kind of went with something wintry. I pulled out a bunch of stickers that felt really wintry and cool, and I pulled out some washi tapes that felt very cold and glittery. And I've been working with watercolor a lot in my 2022 setup, so I felt really inspired to do a watercolor painting. And for my quote for January, I picked a poem, which is always a favorite of mine. This is a poem by Wendell Berry called The Peace of Wild Things. I definitely recommend you check it out. It's a very quiet, almost apocalyptic poem, which feels appropriate for the sheer tension and lack of resolution that is living right now. So that was my poem for January, and I did a little watercolor scene of a girl skating on a pond. And then on the opposite page I have my diary. So I filled the diary out for all of January. I like to keep that daily, and if I ever miss days or weeks like I did here when I'm filming this on like the 22nd, what I always do is I go back in my Photos app or in my text history with my friends and stuff, and your photos that you've taken pictures of can usually tell you or remind you what you were doing on certain days. So I just use those to kind of build back as like a memory aid to fill in my diary. And then I have a section for tasks and a section for habits for the remaining week of January. Watercolor is probably my favorite part of this spread. I've really been challenging myself lately to try and make art with fewer constraints on myself and to let it be imperfect, especially in things like painting. I'm not very good at painting yet, and like I could have just sat there and worried about how it looked and worried about the blending and if it looked like ice and the trees didn't look very good and, you know, all these things. But I consciously made the decision that I really liked how it looked and it was good enough. And I just watched Encanto recently, and Isabella's song, she has a line about things not having to be perfect, they just need to be. And that really resonated with me, and I think that's something that I definitely want to embrace as an artist kind of going into this year. So if you need permission, this is me giving you permission to make bad art, because, you know, every artist has to make a lot of bad art before they start making good art. So I'm using this as my time to make bad art, and yeah, who knows where it'll go from there. And that is it for my January spread. I got it all on one spread, and I think it's super cute. I hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time.